Safe Morrison, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted by superstar, internet sensation, world traveler, Mr. Jeffrey Fernandez. What's going on, Jeff?
Nothing much. How you doing, Doug?
Oh, we're doing good. So you had an event this weekend?
Yes.
Why don't you start telling us about that event?
Sure. So it was a triple point event at Tune Time Stereo and Alarm in Redlands, California. It was sponsored by Gorilla Hertz, and it was upgraded to a triple point event by Team Space for Bass.
Oh,
as
really?
we all know,
Space for Bass?
Yeah, Moses and Rosa, who were kind of not there. We were expecting them there, to be at the show, and nobody heard from them. So we're like, oh my God, hope nothing happens. So everybody was like texting them. my wife got a hold of Rosa, and she was like, oh, we weren't really expecting to be down for that one. We'll be at the Prim show, and we're like, oh, okay, at least we know, you're all good, and that, we're not out looking for you. Because one of the guys from Space for Bass, Rob, he's from, I guess, we're like, oh, okay, San Diego area. Was like, I could have swore they were going to be here too. So we're like, a little worried. But so the weather was really good. There was a little bit of uneasiness because a lot of times the local police department, likes to cruise by
Down there?
Yeah, down there. But believe it or not a single cop in sight.
That was
On
great.
Saturday, so that was a good thing. It's always a good thing when the cops don't show up. So, but yeah, it was again, Tune Time Stereo. Mike always hooks it up. He likes to bring out the refreshments, free water, free energy drinks. Courtesy of Tune Time. He also likes to have a really big raffle with the nice quality prizes, some kickers, some Focal speakers. What else did he have? A lot of really good stuff, Arc Audio stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a really nice show. My wife, she actually got to borrow somebody's car for base race.
Oh,
and she ended up winning. So, bam.
Which class?
The 29s,
Okay.
29.9 class. So she had fun. She's now first place in points for base race, but it's still kind of early in the season. So, but she had a lot of fun. Gorilla Hertz was there. They were manning the grill. They had street hot dogs, which I had me a couple of those. They had some like bacon wrapped asparagus too, which was really good. Well, I didn't get a chance to eat any because they were on the table, and when I turned back around, they were all gone. So that's how good they were. But no rain. Again, perfect weather for a triple point event. We're all gearing up for next week's event now. So yeah, it's a good month for DB draggers in the West Coast for February.
West Coast. Yep. For people that are interested, I am looking for a date in June for like a Nyman tribute show with all three organizations. So just want to put that out there. I'm waiting for the location to give us a date that we may be able to work. The dates I've given them so far have not worked out. So With that being said, yeah, we're still looking for a date for that show. I did talk to Nyman's father, and we will still be having our DB Drag events at the Nyman show. We'll be doing night shows on Saturdays again this year.
Oh, wow.
And then I also talked to Jay at Jay's Alarms. He wants to bring back the deathmatch stuff again, and then the final show of the season. Um, we are going to give away $1,000 to the loudest bass racer.
Wow.
Um,
Wait,
oh,
you said the loudest space racer?
oh, sorry, not sorry. The loudest deathmatch.
Oh,
He
okay.
loves to give away money at deathmatch, but he's going to give $1,000. SQ Sounds, which is Tristan out of Bridgetown, Barbados, wants to wish Rusty Flowers a healthy recovery. He was in the
Mm.
ER over the weekend. Christian Jensen said he's on his way to get that $1,000. Yeah, so we're gonna try and really pump up the Jay's Alarms shows. Yep, there he goes, $1,000.
Dang.
We're
Who
gonna
won it
really.
last year?
We didn't do it last year, so we
Oh,
did it the
oh,
year
okay.
before. Ray Maestas took quite a bit of that money.
Yeah.
There's Joel Yemet coming on. What's going on, Joel? Um, so anyway, so I do know we have secured the Jay's Alarms locations. We've secured the Sacramento location at Nyman's Auto Shop, Nyman's parents' shop at Mellows Auto. And now the only left one I got to do is either secure the location in Reno at Baldini's Casino or at the car tire shop. So, Christian wants to know, can we make it the loudest bass racer? Death match, baby. That's kind of like the loudest bass racer. So anyway, so that's what Jose Ramos pulling in. Hey, Jose, what you missed is we were talking about Jay's Alarms, the final event of the year. We're gonna pay out $1,000 to the loudest death match, or whoever wins the death match on the final show of the season for him. That
Nice.
may be what you have missed. How about loudest Pankadao score? I talked to Team Mini today. He was looking to wonder what rooms and whatnot to get for Autorama. So we'll see if he follows through and gets on down here and whatnot. So that Team Mini, which is Stefan Taka, whatever. So I can't pronounce his last name. It's like Takakis or something like that. Actually, I think I just pronounced it right there. Jose says
Perfect.
that sounds a little interesting. All you got to do is show up to the show, Jose. Bring the widow, let the widow eat. It'd be great to see the 4 loudest cars we can on the West Coast that can
Yeah.
play continuously and come get $1,000.
Is it 3 or 5 minutes that you do for that?
So it's truly up to Jay. I
Oh,
think
okay.
3 minutes is good, but Jay, I mean, like one time we did 7 minutes or
Yeah,
8 minutes or
I
something
think I
like
remember
this.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was 10 minutes.
whatever.
It
Yeah,
might have been
Jay.
that long.
Yeah, Jay just wants to blow stuff up. Jose with she gonna play. Ain't no one doing Pankadal. That's why Joel always gets
Oh,
first. Just kidding. You know what? In Canada, he actually inspired quite a few people to do some Pankadal, so that's really cool. Um, so, but anyway, speaking of people competing, whatnot, Matthew Busby back again for BeBusyAudio.com. He's sitting in this week. We're gonna have Greg Purchell coming up. He told me, give me one more week. Give me one more week. I got something special. All right, Greg. So we'll see. So Romila, she's popping in here. Anyway, Matthew, why don't you tell us about your company real quick?
Well, it's Be Busy Audio, and I'm out here in the Northwest in Washington State,
Mm-hmm.
and we're offering more of the larger SPL style equipment. I think my smallest amp is a 3K right now. We're offering batteries all the way up to 200 amp hours lithium with LCD screens on them.
Are you guys making those?
No, they're. I have a house out of China that's doing them.
Okay.
But we've gone down there and done a bunch of the walkthroughs with them on upgrading these into larger innards for better distribution and better charging rates, and it's got a Bluetooth connectivity in it, so it's all set in one. So like everybody's making these big lithium banks, this is more of a set and forget kind of easy setup for somebody who isn't familiar with lithium. It'll shut itself off if it cross connects. If it gets wet, it'll shut itself off. You can go to the app and turn it on and off if you just don't want your system messed with. If you send it to the shop or something, it's just basically really user friendly. And we're offering a 50 amp hour, a 100 amp hour, and a 200 amp hour. It's neutral buoyant, so it floats, which is kind of weird, but I kind of like that. And then we've got our behemoth, Neo subwoofer here.
Oh, there you go.
80 pounds. Oh. Stiff as can be. It's got a 4.5-inch flat wound voice coil.
All right.
It's got 4-gauge terminal double inputs because it's a
4-gauge.
Yep, 4-gauge, not 8-gauge, 4-gauge.
Okay. So, can you customize those at all, or?
Yes, we can do custom cones. We can do custom dust caps. We can do a carbon fiber cone. We can do a crushed paper. We can do an epoxy-backed paper cone. It's just give us a call and let us know really what you want your sub to do. If you want a daily player, we can do that. But if you want something that you just really want to beat on in the SPL side, well, we can make some changes to your sub for that.
Okay.
And then, of course, the amps we offer. Like I said, here's our 3K.
There's a 3K.
Yeah, it's a 3K. Well, okay, it put out 5, but I'm calling it a 3
Right.
to make people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a 1 ohm stable 3K amp.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy. And of course, we've got swag all the way from hats to shirts to sweaters and stickers. I've got a wire coming in. We've got 0-gauge terminals and 4-gauge and 8-gauge terminals. I got Neo tweeters coming in real soon. I've been working on those. I'm real proud of. They're going to be 600-watt Neo tweeters. So I'm working on it. I really am.
600 watt.
Yeah.
That's a lot for a tweeter.
It's gonna be screaming.
It is. Well, that's kind of because I'm trying to do everything big, right? Because if you're not doing 60, people aren't interested in you anymore, right? So you got to build the door speakers to put up with that kind of sound.
Yep.
Everybody's.
Yeah.
So Calvin says,
Oh,
I
no,
heard
what
Jeffrey has a smelly foot fetish.
I don't know where he
Jeff.
comes up with that.
And Eric Hansen says he's 38th place in base race and 16th in top dog.
It's still early. It's still early, Eric.
It is early, Eric. I mean, just wait till after Autorama. I mean, you never know. Jeffrey's wife might play at Autorama and hurt some feelings out there. Just saying. So, so you're located up in the Seattle area, or in general, in Washington
Yeah.
area, just
Yeah.
north there.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm up here in the forest in the Pacific Northwest in the Olympic National Forest, sitting in my log cabin in the tree.
Uh, Watch out. He might be doing a little Unabomber stuff up there. He's hiding
What?
from everybody. He's got the beard growing. He's got the hoodie on.
Well,
You
it's
never
like
know.
what's the best. That's the best place to work on your audio is right in the forest.
Yeah, because nobody's there to bug you.
Yeah, who's gonna be there to bug you?
I can
Maybe an
turn it up.
occasional bear.
Right.
Meese. Calvin with Dana's back in the lanes. What? That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So, yep, she won this
Doing base
weekend, Cal.
race.
In case you missed it and were late, that's on you. Yeah, so you have a plethora of products. You have looks like a pretty solid lineup, mostly geared towards big builds, it looks like. But you have the ability to, downsize some of the stuff so that, you aren't excluding anybody, which is good. What's your biggest seller so far?
It's my 3K amp right now. Is my biggest seller. I'm having a hard time holding on to those.
Okay.
They're really clean and their quality of sound. It's crazy that I've compared them to other amps of their size, and they'll surprise you. They sound bigger than they are, and people seem to tell their friends about it. And I don't know. I'm not selling the 5Ks as much as I'm selling the 3Ks. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay. Alonzo says that she ran his truck.
Yeah.
There at the 3X. So that's cool.
And that was her first time using a bass knob.
Oh, really? And what
yeah,
did she think of it?
She doesn't like it, but I don't think she's really giving it a chance. But I mean, like the Tennessee bass racers, I think what they said, they don't run a bass knob.
They don't run bass knobs either.
Yeah. So it's just a little different.
I've never not run a bass knob.
Yeah.
Oh,
Justin says, that's not always the case. I live on 5 acres and none of my neighbors like me.
Wow.
Bass travels far.
140.
Yeah. Calvin says Alonzo's got an SUV, not a truck. So what's her name? Rosa. Rosa uses the freaking volume controls on her steering wheel. So I mean,
yeah, the up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
So
Calvin says just turn the bass boost all the way to max.
That's one way.
That's a way. Not saying it's the right way. Yeah.
Clipping.
Well, it's not clipping unless you turn it up too. You just can only go to like volume 3 before it clips instead of 30. Anyway, so I forgot to mention my sponsors. Our sponsors for today's podcast: E-Box Design and Install out of Texas, Dallas area. We got Voodoo Customs and Crossfire Car Audio. If you guys want to support the things that you like and the things that you like to listen to, please support the people that support us. We appreciate their support. All right. Let's see. Eric says something about In Top Dog. And then Calvin just had to stop in and say hi. Mucho love, amigo. So,
give a shout out.
Go for it.
I want to give a shout out to the team Legion of Boom out of Oregon for giving me support and help through the beginnings of all my business and getting back into this bass family.
Well, that's awesome.
When I came back in, they were just a really friendly group of people that just welcomed me in like a family, and I wanted to give them a shout out for that.
Well, hopefully you guys up in the Northwest. Rosa pops in. Legion of Boom, great peeps.
Legion of Boom.
Yep. So hopefully you guys can make it down for Autorama. I mean, that would be great if the whole Legion of Boom guys can make it down here and see what's going on at Autorama. We're also going to have T.W.I.C.A and Iasca and DB Drag at Autorama. So opportunity to get points for all their organizations they want. So that's always a good thing. And
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, you gotta try and get your peeps, bring them on down. Let's grow Autorama to to 200 plus entries. That'd be awesome.
Spread the word.
Yep. Cali versus the Northwest. You know what? To be honest, I don't think we were ever like Cali versus the Northwest. It was more of, hey, you come support us, we support you. I think that was more of what was going on between Cali and the Northwest. Eric Hansen says Rosa uses her steering wheel control in Top Dog and base race both, so it doesn't matter. I've tried it. I did okay with it, but it's not easy. Oh, that's a yeah.
I was gonna say,
Huh?
How does Rosa do? I mean, is it successful?
She is successful, but I think if she had a base knob, she'd be more successful. Because she's using the factory deck, right? And Bluetoothing it and stuff. So there's a lot of factors in there that the potential points of failure. She's got a lot of them. So, and I'm not a fan of those. Huh?
It's got to be.
Yeah. So Rosa says, yes, come on down. You guys will love it. You have a great time. Mm-hmm. Eric Hansen says, yes, but I'm getting a bass knob soon. Oh, she's moving up to a bass knob. When is the multi-venue? Like I said last week, we're waiting on Chris to give us a date. Chris knows my dates, and the sooner he gets us his date, he can, Jeffrey will be able to lock in that date. So to make it easier on everybody.
Nice.
I think that's working on it. Got to beat that Eric guy. Eric, you're going to have such a big bullseye on your back when you show up here to California for Autorama. But like I said, it'd be great to get the Northwest guys down here again. It's kind of the deal. They announced the dates for Surf City last week, I think.
Oh, did they?
They did. Let me go on here real quick. They moved it.
Oh, isn't it normally in August?
It's still in August.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. What's the name of that show?
Oh, okay.
It's Surf City.
Surf City, right?
Yeah, Surf City Sound Off. It's going to be August 17th and 18th. So they moved it up a week. So
already got my room booked.
There you go.
So they moved it up a week, and it is Justin's All Surf City, April Ratty. That's a name I haven't seen on here before. April Ratty. Yes, August 17th and 18th, she thinks. Don't worry, I already confirmed it, Rosa. And we'll get them on here before that event to talk about it, and because that's a great charity event. Like I said, it was a sister event to Autorama. We would do, they would come down for Autorama, and then we would send a bunch of guys up there to do surf. So, and it's awesome. Let's see. Said that's fine. I had the same bullseye at finals when the Tennessee Base Racers and I think I died. I did a good job. Yes. Yep. How did he do? He may have won a ring. No. He won the national, right?
Right, the venue, right.
Yeah, he won the venue against the Tennessee Base Racers, face to face, heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when we did the event, the multi-venue event, he didn't do so well.
No.
I think he only did like a 121 or something. Like his system was, it was not pleasant. Up in Canada, Spencer Stanlin says still waiting on the snow to melt before our first show. Couple of months still. Oh, he got third in the multi-venue event.
Yeah, there was four, right? Four people. Eric's working on it.
Yep. So are you building he's saying he was third in the world. So Matt, are you building something to compete with right now currently or what?
Yes, actually I've got three vehicles, and we've got a 98 Tahoe with a 9-inch lift. that we're going to wall off. We've got my 2008 Yukon that's below the window with the 218s. And then I'm going to do, I'm currently building a Burt box right now for one of these 50 to go into a Jeep Cherokee to try and go for, I don't know, I'd like to get loud on that 115 on less than 2K, maybe 3K, somewhere in there.
You can build an
But
efficient box to do that.
Yeah, those are the 3 builds I got going on currently.
Cool. Justin asked real quick. I've answered this for Justin and for people on this podcast, but I will let everybody know again. Is Autorama a 3X for everybody on Saturday, then a Sunday is a 2X? I don't know what everybody else is doing on Saturday, but for DB Drag, it's a 2X, and Sunday is a 3X for DB Drag. So, yep. He says, I forgot. But yes, always know we do the 2X on Saturday, the 3X on Sunday. So,
Is there a specific organization that you compete in, Matt? Or is it?
Well, there's IASCA's big out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Travis is running things out. And then Demo Kings has kind of popped up. And little, I don't know if you've heard of Demo Kings or not, but he's doing good at it, actually.
Are they out of
James's issue. Demo Kings?
Yeah.
No, he's right here out of Seattle.
Oh, okay.
James White on Team DC, and he started his own organization called Demo Kings, and it's basically it's just a whole lot less rules. They put the microphone side window on the passenger side window instead of the windshield.
Oh, okay.
And we do like who gets the windiest, who blows the most wind through the window, and then there's the burp challenge, and then there's the you can open the door and play music for 30 seconds, and then whoever, there's a bunch of games. I don't know all the games. I've gone to maybe 4 or 5 of them. They're pretty fun, but mainly IASCA's out here's the big one.
Joel says it's basically demo boxing.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Joel.
Okay. And then Justin says, so for the people that want to do Autorama, Saturday is a 3X for IASCA, and Sunday is sound quality out at Gately Audio Shop.
Yes.
So, that's if you're a sound quality guy. I'm guessing there's not a lot of crossover people for those two. The way SPL's going, and back in the day, I remember your SPL cut off at like 135. So if you could have been a 170 SPL, but they would cut you out, your score maxed out at 135 SPL. So for sound quality back in the day. But yeah, no, I mean, you'll have an opportunity to do IASCA and T.W.I.C.A at Autorama, and then also DB Drag. So DB Drag will be both days. Saturday is only going to be DB Drag, IASCA, and T.W.I.C.A. So you have your opportunity to play in multiple formats and come see what you like the best, and maybe expand into that realm more. Somebody from the north, I forgot who called me. Jeffrey, do you remember who called me from Washington area, wanted to become a judge up there, and I never heard much more from them?
No, I don't recall.
Yeah, somebody called me and wanted to become a judge for DB Drag up in the north west there, up in Washington area, and I tried.
Dream of mine.
Huh?
That's always been a dream of mine, is to be a DB Drag judge up here in Washington.
Well, it's not hard to do. All you got to do is follow the So I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. But DB Drag is the only one that has a set policy on how to become a multi-point judge. Other ones, it's kind of, this and that and whatever. But DB Drag actually has, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to be observed, you have to do. So you actually have a list of things you got to check off to become a multi-point certified DB Drag judge, and then you got to renew every year. So, that's really cool the way they have it set up, in my opinion.
But yeah, definitely, Matt. You could throw a 1X.
Yep, I
DB
think
drag
you have
racing
to
event.
throw 3 1Xs the first year, and then you have to throw 5 the second, and then also help judge a multi-point, and then you can move up to a 2X. And then I forgot what the other criteria is. Then you can become a 3X and then attend World Finals and eventually make it to a 4X judge. So
That takes years.
It's not something you do next week. That's
But definitely, if you're interested, I would suggest sending an email to Wayne and Celise.
Yep.
And just let them know you're interested. Celise she's put together a judge's training book.
Yep.
Which is really, thorough. It even tells you what they suggest that you have, PA system and tent and whatnot. So yeah, definitely, that would be my suggestion. First step, if you really want to become a DB drag racing judge, is just send that email to Wayne and Celise.
Yep.
I've been secretly gathering equipment for years to do it.
There you go.
Justin says Sunday only DB drag, correct? Yes, at Autorama, that is correct. Obviously, Iasca will not be there, or USAC won't be there. They may still be there, but they would be there competing, not judging. So, all right. So yes. And also, if you, Matt, or anybody else wanted to become a DB drag judge, anybody that has become, you can ask Tristan and Tiffany out in Barbados. I will go out of my way to help you guys be as successful as you want. The idea behind DB drag racing is we don't care if you go to Jeffrey's show, you go to Jeremy Creamer's show, you go to Wyatt's show, you go to Ray's show. It should be a similar product. Now, the personality on the mic is going to be different, obviously, because you can't be me, I can't be you, I can't be Jeffrey. Jeffrey has his own style. Now, Jeffrey models his style a little bit after mine. I modeled mine a little bit after Mike Jaffe. So, we model after each other a little bit, but whatever's you is you. So, right, Jeff?
Oh yeah, and if a lot of judges or people want to become a judge, maybe there was something that they feel they can add, to the judging style or something like that. So that's why they become judges. They could what they can bring to the table, so to speak. So for whatever reason, there's just you never know till you find out. So
yep. Tiffany out of Bridgetown, Barbados. We were just talking about her. She said you won't regret signing up to start judging, Matt. So that's what she says. Joel, and Joel's talked to me a couple of times. He wants to bring DB drag to the Philippines. Now, I got to hit this one here. We got Dan, Leo Valdez. In the chat right here, Sacktown Stang. He says, old man Jaffe was classic. He was much dirtier than I am.
Yeah, you're a little toned down.
But the energy level, I believe I bring. The comedic part of it, I try to bring a little bit. I'm just not as raunchy as him. So, but Joel, yeah, anybody wants help becoming a DB drag judge, I will help you as much as I can. We'll help you get banners, whatever you need to get. If you can schedule some shows, I will help you get everything going the best to my ability. Now, mind you, it's not free. There is a substantial cost in getting started with anything you do. Then
Just like,
it's
right?
yeah, it's another business. Ultimately,
Mhm.
this is a business, so you got to remember that. Um,
Yeah.
there's the cost of the term lab. You don't necessarily have to have the same tents that Jeffrey and I have. I have the 10 by 20. Which one do you have, Jeff? You have 10 by 10 or 10 by
10
20?
by 10.
Yeah. So, you don't have to have, our stuff, but you do have to have banners. You got to take pictures. If you can add video from your shows, that's always a bonus, right? It helps people a lot.
Oh yeah,
Tris,
Your
huh?
where you go live, your videos where you go live, I find that awesome. That's one of the
Yep.
things
Yeah.
I was hoping.
And I'll help you guys set that up too if that's what you want to do. Tristan says, yeah, it's awesome. And the
Mhm.
support from Doug is super awesome. I appreciate it. Like I said, I do help. I help Jeffrey out sometimes with shows, and he'll call me, hey, what's going with this and this. But Jeffrey's getting so much better at it now that he calls me a lot less now. Mostly he calls me. Mostly he calls me with judging questions. Hey, I got this car. What do you think? Right? Because I promise you, anybody that's listening to this, anybody that ever listens to this ever, the DB drag judges talk amongst each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you get something by someone, um, trust me, it might not have actually got by. He may have allowed you to do something and said something, and you may not have heard it or something. But if you come to me or you go to Jeffrey and say, "Oh, Jeffrey, Doug said this was okay, this and that," first thing Jeffrey's going to do is call me,
Yeah.
and I'm going to call Jeffrey, or somebody's going to call somebody, and
Mhm.
you know, the way it's going to work out is we're going to get down to the bottom of this. And
Yeah.
just so everybody's super duper really clear, Wayne and Celise do not make judgments on cars. You can call them, you can text them, you can email them. They will never respond uh, with that is okay by me. You'll never ever get that out of them. So when somebody comes and says, "Well, Wayne checked it himself and said it was okay," we already know they're lying. All right. Eric Hansen says Jeffrey does an amazing job. He's a top shelf judge.
Hey,
I
all
would agree with
right.
that. I hope Autorama, this is from Justin Stolman, Autorama can go back to 200 plus cars at Autorama, 16 to 20 plus entries in 29 and 39, and have to get to a 9.9 just to get in. Those years
Wow.
they quit having that really killed it. Um, those Autorama days were the best. Hey, I think we're on the right track. We can get to there again, and it'd be really cool. Like I said, we got people coming from all over. We can make it the show in the United States, short of World Finals, right? Joel Spencer says, Joel Yambit have a friend in
Cebu.
some city. Was it?
It's Cebu. It's a city in the Philippines.
Okay. So you're more familiar with it than I am, obviously. So
We could have
Cebu.
Joel be our national judge there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. And like I said, it's not a big deal. The only issue is if you're a 2X judge, you still can compete. If you're a
Mhm.
3X judge, no more competing. So that's just the one thing you got to be clear of. Let's see. Let's see. Was it Damn Jeffrey the Shady? You
The
both are great.
shade.
Oh, the shade. Oh, there you go.
I'm not
Uh,
sure what that means.
Yeah, you
Was there
both are
shade?
great judges. Definitely help if you want to go to their own shows or not. Yep. And it doesn't matter, right? Like I said, it doesn't matter if you come to my show or somebody else's show. I'm willing to help you. Um, I mean, Moses does the same thing. Rosa does the same thing. They're super helpful at the shows. You
Mhm.
know, they're out there encouraging people, being part of it.
Yeah, but
And
I think you create that atmosphere for the competitors to feel, safe doing that. For one, you encourage it,
I do.
and then number two, you display it. So you're out there helping the competitors help the competitors. So, people see that, and then they just want to replicate it, just
Right.
like Rosa and Moses. They're infectious as it is, for people to see that, makes other people want to help other people. So, I'd say you're the catalyst of all of that.
It's something simple anybody can do. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not really difficult. But the thing is too is when I have the competitors help other competitors, the really cool part about that is now that those two competitors have engaged with each other and the new guy doesn't feel like an outsider, and the veteran competitor has the opportunity to maybe learn something. Well, I didn't know this about it. And then maybe they're kind of getting a little more entrenched in what the actual rules are instead of just like a, big picture out looking in. So I would encourage you guys to do that more at more shows.
You did that to me, Doug, way back when when I first, and you introduced me to Leo.
Yeah. And he's on here right now. He's sack staying.
He's been on my Facebook friends mine ever since then. He's been a really cool guy, and he's always been there to help me since the time you've introduced me.
Yeah.
I mean, years later. So that's a really good method. It works out.
It does.
It builds.
It does, absolutely, and that's the intention behind it, right? Eric Hansen says no base race practice for the rest of February because Jeffrey's always gone.
Yeah, sorry.
So Rosa says, even on his bad days, Doug's still answering questions, as annoying as we get through the night. Let's see. Spencer and Joel having a little private conversation out in public right there. No, just talking about, hey, they're trying to maybe do all this stuff. And then Justin Stolman said Doug did that too for Old Man Mike and Bill Johnson. Some more classic older competitors. We'll get Bill on here one time and have him talk about, his wife and him competed, and it was a good time. They showed up to all the Toys for Tots since we started, and they haven't even competed in maybe 10 years, and they're still showing up to the Toys for Tots events. And they show up to Autorama, just to come out and see the people and talk to and see who's new and see what they're doing. So they're good. Like I said, it's all about good people and whatnot. He says, Justin says, I still can see Doug waving the cigarette smoke going through Old Man Mike's vehicle. Because, he'd smoke up like a chimney in there, and then okay, let's see what we got there. I still can't see, Mike. Leave your doors open for a while, but and then I swear some of the competitors try to get me high at the shows.
What?
Dude, they will box up their vehicles. I open the door and like a plume just comes out as I'm going to put the mic in. I'm just saying. So I think they do.
I'm not sure if Matt. No, Matt will probably see a lot. Matt probably sees a lot of that too up there, right, in Oregon area. So. Probably more so than us.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. California is pretty liberal on that topic nowadays. Yeah, Wayne.
That is true.
Wayne did say he came to Autorama one year and he goes, "Man, that is by far. I think I got high just being in the presence of California."
I think that was at finals too when we had it.
Same thing at finals, but he was prepared for it that time.
Yeah, he was prepared. That's what he expects.
Yeah,
I suppose.
So is that bad that's what Wayne expects when he comes to California? Lord of Base Manny in the house. But yeah, no, it's really cool that people can do that, and it's all in good fun. Like I said, we do have a family atmosphere when we come do shows. I'm sure Jeffrey's are the same. When you're in Texas, you're in SoCal, wherever. And like I said, Matt, if you want to start up in the Northwest, it's super easy to do. It's not difficult. The only thing is personal integrity, right? Because I will say the judging staff we have in DV Drag, I think the integrity of the people that are judges right now is second to none. I may be biased, but But I will say, we don't get people, we don't get judges trying to fudge rules or help give a competitive advantage to another competitor. I don't feel we do that anywhere. What do you think, Jeff?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think we have a strong network of judges
Mm-hmm.
that, like you said, we all communicate. We don't, have any egos that say, hey, I'm the best judge, because I mean, ultimately we're all there supporting each other. And if, somebody makes a less than favorable call, we could all kind of talk about it and,
Yep.
maybe work it out for sure because,
Right.
we're not out there saying, we're the best.
Yep.
Or are, the judge themselves is the best, So I think just creating that network of judges, that are all willing, no egos.
Yep.
Those are all to the side. That just kind of helps promote DB drag, as a whole. So
Yep. Eric says, I'm not
Yeah.
biased. All the judges are top shelf.
It's missing out here. It really is. I mean, I came to the Northwest and went, wait a minute, there's no DB drag? How, why?
Yep.
It needs to be out. Yes.
But if you have somebody or something that you know or yourself, you can become a judge up there easy, and you can be a 2X
Mm-hmm.
judge and still compete.
Mhm.
So always remember that. That I think has turned away more judges than anything else. Was they can no longer compete if they go and become a high level judge. So
I just want involved in base. It's not about the competition. It's about the family. It's
Yeah.
it is.
you
So
know,
Spencer says drive up to Canada. So yeah, because they're in Canada. They're just waiting for a little snow to melt so that they can have a show.
But I think even so, you become a judge, you got yourself a term lab meter. I think just the resources alone would be, say, beneficial to
Yeah.
like a company such as yours, You'll be able to have, R&D with, your equipment on, on like say it's like Cyclone or, this subwoofer did this on Cyclone or this particular format of DB drag racing, so I think if you look at it as far as like more than just a competition, you're using the resources. Term Lab has Term Pro, the box building program in it as well that you
Mm-hmm.
could add on, and so I think more so you can look at it more as more than just a competition, way of doing things. It's more of the resources are endless for your particular, your business. So
I like the way you're thinking.
definitely.
To be honest, that's how I started as a judge. I started manufacturing Sonic FX audio products, and I was like, how can I get my products out there? And you know what? Competing in DB drag events, and I was like, there's not enough of them. And so then I started judging, and I was driving to Bakersfield, which for me it was like a 4 to 5 hour drive to do a show. And I was like, well, you know what? Guess what? If I'm running the show, I can put it anywhere I damn well please.
Yeah.
I don't have to drive
Right?
4 to 5 hours. So I was competing and judging when I first started. I don't know if were you Jeffrey doing that at all, or you were just done competing when you became a judge.
I was doing a little bit of both. As
Okay.
you know, myself with along with Andy,
Oh, right.
would do an audio competition. So essentially, he would do the shows. I was, he was bringing me on, but I would still compete at the same time. He would be judging, and then when it was time for me to kind of stop competing, I'd focus more on judging with Andy, and then we just kind of, went from there. So
Yeah. So, like I said, if Matt or anybody else that's listening here or whatever is interested in becoming a judge, yeah, reach out to me, Celise, Wayne, whatever, Jeffrey, and we
mhm.
will guide you into how to get started. Um, uh, promise you, it's not as easy as it sounds, but nothing worthwhile of doing is ever easy. I'll say that.
True. True.
Um, It's not as easy as it sounds. There's a lot more work that people don't know that go into putting on a show. I mean, as Jeffrey can attest to, finding venues itself is a chore. Luckily, I've been doing it for 24 years, so my ability to find venues and whatnot is better. Jeffrey actually has some established, working for Crossfire. He has the opportunity to, use their facility and whatnot. So that's cool. I will tell you, it is difficult. Venues are the hardest thing to find, I would say, or sponsors for events. So that is by far the hardest part of being a judge. Huh?
The sponsors, yeah, I bet that one is hard.
Luckily, I know the owners of most companies on a personal level, so
yeah, you've been here for a while.
yeah. So like, I'm not saying it's even easy for me, but it's definitely probably easier for me than somebody new coming into this. So Eric Hansen wants to know, does anybody confirm Jimbo at Autorama? So I talked to Team Mini today, and I haven't got a response back from Jimbo. So the last text I got, Ray said that Jimbo wanted to still come. So that's what. Let's see. Justin Solomon says, D.W.I.C.A have a contract with Autorama. So if I'm not here, the event will continue. Okay. So the Autorama contract is with me. It's not with D.W.I.C.A. It's not with anybody else. I built this relationship over 22 years with Autorama. So when they moved me out, we'll just say somebody paid to make sure I wasn't there for those few years. So they actually rented that space and didn't use it just so that D.W.I.C.A would not be there. But by the third year of that, the Autorama venue felt the lack of entertainment that I did bring. There's a reason they put us by the front gate every year. We do bring excitement and a different look to their show, and they really like that. So if I move, my guess is Autorama will continue, most likely with me. Kind of like Jeffrey does, fly in to do Autorama every year or something. So that's it. All right. Well, we're running up on our hour. This was good. I felt much more relaxed and more composed this time with Matthew on here. Having all my stuff not working and Brian passing away, and it just I really was having a hard time focusing. That's why we brought him back. Eric wants to know, am I going bowling tonight? Is that a dumb question? Does a bear shit in the woods?
Of course you're going bowling.
Obviously I'm going bowling.
He's got his bowling shirt on. See that?
I do.
Is that a bowling shirt?
That is
like a bowling
shirt.
Ball. He's ready to go.
It's the Big Kahuna. This is actually the tournament I'm going to be bowling in Vegas while you guys are there.
Oh.
So
nice.
There you go.
I'm going to bowl one tournament on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If I can win that one pays $138,000. And then I'm going to bowl Monday, Tuesday in this tournament that I'm wearing the shirt for now. I may or may, for a dramatic effect for the podcast, I may or may not make about $7,000 to $12,000 a year in this tournament in 2 days. So, in case the IRS is listening, I never make any money at bowling. So this is just
hypothetically.
This is just hypothetically for for the dramatic effects of the podcast. So, this is just a fictional tale. But Matthew last time gave us his version of a base head, so we don't need to go through that anymore. Matt, do you want to do your shout outs real quick? And
where can we find you?
Where can we find
the
you?
Listeners find your product?
Well, you can find me at bebusyaudio.com, or you can find me at bbusybase on YouTube. Um, I'm out here in the Pacific Northwest, and I'll be at just about every show. I like Pokemon. I got a call. I'll be at every show that's out there. I'm going to start coming out to California, so I want to give a shout out to all my California peoples. I'm going to be seeing you guys soon. And like I said, I want to give a shout out to Legion of Boom, and I want to do give a shout out to Rusty. I hope you get better, bro. That sucks. You were in the ER, dude. Mm. And thanks, Doug, and for having me on. This is a lot of fun, and I'd love to come back on again. Anytime you guys would have me, it'd be great. And if you can send me the link to who to contact for that judging stuff, that'd be great too.
All right. Just so everybody knows, it's W Harris at termpro.com. TERMPRO.com. I have Matthew, bebusyaudio.com linked in the description. So if you guys don't remember his website, I'll link it in the description for the podcast, for the audio and the visual side. So if you guys are catching this on Spotify or any of that stuff, the link will be in the description. So, Jeffrey, tell us about you, bro.
So, I got a couple of shows behind me. The next show is going to be this weekend in Bloomington. Was originally Bloomington, but since we're doing the events there, it's now referred to as Bloomington. Got Robert Gallegos, Team Hurt Feelings, out there letting us use his boss's venue again. I believe he's also going to have a lowrider car show there as well, which is going to be a cool thing. We're going to have these two worlds mesh, car audio and then lowriders. Hopefully we'll get better relationships and do more events together. But definitely check out the calendar for that event going on this weekend. And then the following weekend, I'm going to be at Prim, Nevada for the showdown in Las Vegas. It's going to be a triple point event sponsored by Team Space for Base. I don't know what else I could say. It seems like everybody I know is going. They're on the Facebook event page. They're gonna go check it out. So, if I didn't even advertise this, I know people would still go. But just wanted to remind you guys. Also, I think they were talking about the hotel discount. It's out there for people to use. Definitely use it before it's gone and you're like, oh, where's my discount? I want a room. So definitely check that out. Also, if you haven't yet said you're gonna go or you said that you're interested in the event on Facebook, that's where you're gonna get all of the information, like where to go. They're gonna have some layouts there pretty soon. They're showing off the awards, which is cool. I think Jason Jones had made up some silver coins with the showdown logo that he's going to be giving out there as prizes as well. So really cool stuff that they're doing. Definitely do yourselves a favor, check it out. It's also on the DB Drag Racing calendar. Check it out.
Awesome. For me, I got nothing going on until May 5th. And so for anybody that doesn't know, I kind of mentioned this last show, but this is actually what we're doing. I have now gone to Nyman's warehouse. I picked up a lot of his trophies. So they're going to be way mismatched. They're going to be different sizes, whatnot. But these are the trophies I am giving out at Autorama. So I'm going to put a commemorative logo on it or something for Brian Nyman. So if you guys want one of his trophies, come on out to Autorama. We are going to, I don't recycle trophies. I appreciate people that do, and I understand the economics of it. Like I said, this is a business, but I own a trophy shop. So, obviously I have an advantage over most people that don't have a trophy shop. But with that being said, I'm going to refurbish and we're going to reuse Brian Nyman's trophies. Some of them are World Finals trophies. Some of them are multi-point trophies. They're just, you know what? It's a little piece of Brian we can share with everybody. And at least on Sunday for sure. And I'm going to have to count them up, and then I may be giving some out on Justin Stolman asked, is it for both days or just one day? If I have any, if I need any more, then they will be new ones on Saturday, but Sunday will definitely be the day that I give away all of those trophies. So I'm going to build Sunday's trophies first out of Brian's stash, and then Saturdays I'll fill in with whatever ones I need to fill in left. So, all right, that's what I got going on. Say again.
So now I gotta be there.
Exactly.
Just one more quick question here. Eric Hansen wants to know when's the next Texas show. Never.
Well, we missed February because I'm, out of town, but looking like the second weekend of March. I think the first weekend there's Spring Break Nationals in South Padre in Texas. So yeah, we're not gonna try to do the same weekend as that, but the following weekend, I believe it's March 10th. We'll probably get that on the calendar here pretty soon.
Awesome. All right, guys. Once again, I want to thank Matthew Busby for checking in with us and coming back on here. We appreciate your time. We want to thank Jeffrey Fernandez, Judge Extraordinaire, California and Texas, and everywhere in between, apparently.
Yeah.
So
from coast to coast, the West Coast to the Gulf Coast.
That's right. And want to thank our sponsors once again: Crossfire Car Audio, E-Box Design and Install, Voodoo Customs. Remember, support those who support the things that you like to do. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you guys have a pleasant day. Yeah. And we will see you guys next week on This Week in Car Audio at 5:30 California time, the only time that matters. Peace. We out.